Good evening and welcome into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. We're here at Davis High School for girls soccer action as the Davis Starts on senior night prepare to take on the Syracuse Titans in a big Region 1 battle. It'll be the Syracuse Titans in their visiting white. They'll be going to the left of your screen here in the first half. And it is the home side Davis Darts in their black with the gold numbers going to the right. Players begin to take the fields as senior night festivities in the book celebrated all the Davis Darts seniors prior to kickoff. Now we get ready for Region 1 action, and it'll be Syracuse to kick us off. The Titans and the Darts going head-to-head as the Titans looking to maintain control at the top of Region 1. Seconds away from kickoff here as the whistle blows, and we're underway as the Titans get us started off. Ball booted up to the far sideline, now going up the sideline. Played back in centrally. That was McLean on the ball, now out wide. Chance here for the Titans, booted away by the Darts, and that will go out of bounds and out for the throw-in, as it looks like Thompson will be the one to throw it in. Brought down, now it was Thompson. Thompson who commits the foul, and a free kick coming up here for Davis. Taking a look at both of these sides, first we'll start with the Syracuse visiting Titans, led by head coach Jason Steiner, third year in charge. A 36-15 overall record for Coach Steiner. This is a team who's 12-2 overall on the season, 5-0 in Region 1 play. They sit at the top of Region 1 all alone for the moment. They need to win out. If the Phoenix continue to win, we could have a tie, but the Titans control Region 1 at the moment. 41 goals scored on the season, 17 goals against for the Titans, and we're initially number 2 in the RPI rankings. Ball booted away by Syracuse, takes a deflection. It'll be out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up here for the Titans over on the far sideline. Currently on a 7-game win streak for Syracuse. Ball back in bounds as Thompson heads it away. Eddie trying to bring it down. Instead, it goes back out of bounds and a throw-in over on that far sideline, right in front of the Syracuse bench. Big wins for the Titans earlier in the season. A 4-0 win over Skyridge, 2-1 win over Harriman, and a 7-0 win over Morgan for the Titans. Here comes an attack for the Darts. That ball booted away as Avery Johnson trying to get onto the end of it, cleared away, and now a throw-in coming up here. They wanted the corner, but they'll say it went out of bounds. They will give the corner. Corner kick coming up here for the home side Davis Starts. Avery Johnson will take the junior, will whip it into the box. Goes right into the mix, headed away by the Titans. And now recovered by Francis, plays it out wide to Johnson. Johnson cross in towards the top of the 18, brought down, here's a chance. The shot takes a deflection off of Christensen, and now cleared away by Syracuse. Francis trying to get that one back, does. Here's Barnes. Barnes plays it out wide to Francis. Francis plays it into the box. Johnson is there. Johnson settles it to Willard. Willard tries to cut it back. And now played out to Barnes. Barnes, the whip cross into the box. Awkward clearance, and now cleared away. Here comes Thompson, who recovers possession for Syracuse. Quick counterattack coming up here for the Titans. Ball played up quickly, looking in the direction of Taylor Hughes. Instead, will be recovered by Davis. That's Griffin, who plays it back to her goalkeeper, playing it across and booted away. Ball will go out of bounds and out for the Syracuse throw-in over on the far sideline. Let's take a look at this home side Davis team. Runner-up last year in the 6A championship game, lost to Lone Peak. This season coming into this game at 8-4 overall on the year. 1-3 at the moment in region play, trying to cement themselves with a win here tonight to improve their standings in the RPI and maybe try to get back into this region race. Currently sitting in 4th place in Region 1. 35 goals scored on the season, 13 goals against. Good defensive record for the Darts. Here comes a chance for Thompson, who cuts it back inside the box. Hughes takes the shot. And Caitlin Harris, who comes up with the save. Ball booted away by Harris. Here's Barnes. Settles it to Francis. Francis plays it up the sideline. Hobbs will play back to Bott. Bott boots this away for Syracuse. Kept in bounds. And the flag does come up. They will say a throw-in coming up here for Syracuse. For Davis, they outscored their non-region opponents 27-2. Had a 6-game win streak to start this 2025-2026 season. And an impressive, again, 27-2 outscoring their opponents in non-conference play. But have had a slow start to region play. They did win against Layton 3-2, but then a loss to Syracuse at Syracuse in double overtime, 3-2. They lost to Weber 1-0 and lost to Farmington 2-1. Now here on senior night, looking to get back into the win column and send their seniors off with a win. Ball back in play here with the Titans. Ball booted away. Hughes brings it down, and Taylor Hughes does good to keep possession. Hughes plays it centrally. Here comes a chance for McLean. McLean trying to play it back out wide, and instead will trickle into the hands of Caitlin Harris, who boots this one away. Nice defensive clearance there by Hobbs. Syracuse trying to keep possession. They do with Martin. Martin up the sideline. And now here's a chance for Thompson. Thompson into the box. Thompson cuts it back. Thompson back towards the end line, now back centrally, and ball put it away. Shaw recovering it here for the Darts. Ball out wide to Johnson. Possession won back by the Titans. Cleared away. Ball bouncing around here momentarily as it will trickle out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for the home side. Davis starts. Marley Francis to throw it in. Ball brought down by Barnes. Barnes in possession, gets it back to Francis. Francis plays it up. Interception here in the middle of the park by Bassett. Cut back by Barnes as Davis recovered possession up the sideline. Headed away by Christensen. That's Fong Savith brings it down. Up the sideline. And now out of bounds and out. Throw it here for Syracuse on the near sideline. Ball back in play, headed away by Eddie. Hughes gets a touch on it, now cleared away by Griffin. Martin, winning possession here for the Titans, it's Martin. Martin with time and space, plays it up the sideline to Thompson. Thompson back in centrally to Martin. Martin back up the sideline to Thompson, takes a deflection. Thompson trying to regain possession. Greatly done by Burbage. Battling out possession, gets it out for a Syracuse throw. Over on that far sideline, Syracuse here with Martin, who plays it in. Hughes. Hughes crosses it into the box and cleared away by the Davis Darts. Francis giving chase. Marley Francis. Heavy touch by Kate Willard. Ball one back by the Titans. Hislop. One back by Davis. Here's Willard. Willard Plays it to Johnson. Cut out by Christensen. Giving chase here is Hislop, who boots it out. Throw in coming up for the home side. Avery Johnson. Johnson plays it back to Francis. Francis up the sideline, only to find Christensen. Christensen plays it across and booted away by Hobbs. Out of bounds and out for another Davis High throw-in. Johnson again here in possession for the home side. Goes to the sideline. Does a good job to keep it in bounds. Plays it through, trying to find Francis. Cleared away by Christensen. Again, Christensen with the boot away. Ball brought down by Heap. Heap trying to play it across to Thompson. Instead, booted away. Christensen with the header. Loose ball. Francis up the sideline as Barnes gets it to Johnson. Johnson back centrally. Nice ball up to Willard. Willard plays it back. Here's Kauser. Kauser settles it to Barnes. Barnes back to Kauser. McKenna Kauser now with an opportunity. Plays it out wide to Johnson. Johnson, the cross into the box. Goes to Willard. Willard with the shot. Doesn't hit it cleanly. And cleared away by Syracuse. Davis keeping the high pressure as they get possession back. Burbage chasing. Burbage trying to get to it. And it'll go out of bounds and out. And the goal kick coming up here. Big chance there for the Davis Starts to try to take a lead here at home. As Kate Willard got a touch on it but couldn't hit it cleanly onto frame. And now a goal kick as Syracuse trying to clear their lines. Hughes here at the Davis center circle will play it up to McLean. McLean leaves it for Hughes. Hughes goes out wide to Thompson. Talia Thompson playing it back to McLean. Nice give and go play here, but it's won back by Davis. Martin goes back out wide to Thompson. Thompson plays it through to Eddie. Cleared away by the Davis Starts. A throw-in coming up for the Syracuse Titans in the attacking third. Players to watch for the home side. Number 3, Kate Willard, 12 goals and 2 assists on this season for the Davis Starts. Fong Savith, second leading goal scorer with 6 goals. And, of course, Avery Johnson, 2 goals and 3 assists on this season. And those are your players to watch for the Davis Starts. Offside flag raised over on the far sideline. And a chance here for Davis to boot this one away. Players to watch tonight for the Syracuse Titans. Their leading goal scorer, number 21, number 21, Hughes, who has 18 goals on the season and 4 assists on the year. Leading goal scorer for the Syracuse Titans. That ball tried to play through. Cleared away nicely by the Davis defense. Davis trying to get back onto the attack on the other side. Aside from Hughes, number 6, Eddie, who has 11 goals and 12 assists on the season. And number 8, Thompson, with 3 goals, 5 assists. Those are your players to watch for the Syracuse Titans. Foul here at the center circle, and we'll have a free kick coming up for the visiting Syracuse Titans side. 27:30 left to go here in the first half, all tied up at 0-0 between these two Region 1 rivals. Free kick here for Syracuse as they try to boot this one away. Ball played in over the top towards the top of the 18. Thompson's there. Thompson brings it down. And nicely defended by Burbage. Still trying to clear it away. Burbage again with the boot. And finally, McKenna Kauser boots this one out. Throw-in coming up for Syracuse over on the far sideline. Could have been dangerous, but nicely done by the Davis defense to not allow Thompson the shot off. Burbage on the far sideline will throw it in. Ball brought down. Here's Kauser. Kauser plays it back out wide to Burbage. Burbage boots this one over the top, looking towards Johnson. Instead, Syracuse trying to win possession back. Hislop brings it in. Francis with a nice step. Davis with possession. Here's Barnes. Kauser plays it to Francis. Francis getting forward. Out wide to Willard. Willard into the box. Willard trying to cross it in. Hislop with a big defensive tackle. The slide to deny the cross in from Kate Willard, and we'll have a corner kick coming up here for the home side. Davis Darts. Avery Johnson to whip it in. Cross into the box. Right into the mix. Heavy touch from Willard and cleared away by Syracuse. Francis tracking it down. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson with a nice turn. Johnson with a cross into the box. Christensen's there, and Christensen boots this one away. Francis, header on the ball as Davis trying to retain possession. Johnson flicks it into Barnes. Barnes now into the box. Here's Barnes, plays it out wide to Johnson. Johnson cross in, goes back post, and skims across the face of goal. Could have been dangerous there for Davis as Adelie Shaw trying to crash in at that back post. Instead goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. And a chance here for Syracuse again to clear their lines. It'll be the senior goalkeeper, Aaron Bott, to boot this one away for the visiting Titans. Bott with a big boot out. One back quickly by Davis. Intercepted and trying to turn here is Thompson. Thompson plays it in to Heaps. Heavy touch and cleared away. Barnes brings it down. Thompson trying to get a foot on it. Barnes does a good job to keep possession. Trying to get it out to Francis instead of one back by the Titans. Here's Heap. Heap plays it across looking for Hughes. Hughes settles it to McLean. McLean trying to get it back into Thompson. Or excuse me, that was Eddie. And instead goes out of bounds. Substitutions coming up here for both sides for the Davis Darts. Samantha Maudsley getting ready to check in. Maudsley in for Avery Johnson. Tie-in ball here with Martin. Martin plays it in centrally. Heavy touch, one back by the Darts momentarily as Hughes tracks it down. Hughes plays it out wide. Ball whipped in by Eddie, and it's straight into the hands of the senior goalkeeper, Caitlin Harris. Harris will boot this one up and away for the Davis Darts. Takes a bounce in the center circle. Syracuse trying to keep possession. They do. Hobbs plays it out wide to Martin. Martin gets around her player. Up the sideline, here's Martin with a big run. Martin, still on the ball is Martin. Looking for options. Martin now into the box. Martin crosses it in, takes a deflection off of Kauser. It goes out of bounds and out, and a corner kick coming up here for the visiting Syracuse Titans. Thompson will whip it into the box for Syracuse. Set piece opportunity here with 22:30 left to go in the first half. All tied up at 0-0, trying to find their opportunity to take a lead. The ball whipped into the box by Thompson. Hughes is there, and Hughes puts it over the bar and out for the goal kick. Another substitution coming up here for the Davis Darts as Vivian Fries checks in. Vivian Fries into the game for the Davis Darts. Off comes ball booted away. That was Shaw on the substitution for Davis. Out of bounds and out. Corner kick coming up, or excuse me, throwing coming up in for the Davis Darts. Giving chase here is Hobbs. Hobbs will boot this one away. Another corner kick coming up for the home side Davis Darts. Over on the far sideline. Burbage to throw it in. Burbage up the sideline. Vivian Fries tries to cross it into the box. Fries' first action here after checking in. It leads to another throw-in. Burbage to throw it in. Into the box. Willard is there. Tries to flick it through. Christensen clears it away. Kauser tracks it down. Fries out wide to Burbage. Now back to McKenna Kauser. Kauser plays it in centrally to Fries. Vivian Fries taking a shot from distance, and it goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Not a bad look there from the junior forward, Vivian Fries, as the ball just couldn't dip in time. But a good chance there on the opportunity from distance for Fries. Ball booted out by Bott off the goal kick. Kauser wins it back in the middle of the park. Heavy touch, one back by the Titans. It's Risley who plays it out wide. Back in centrally to McLean, trying to play it up to Thompson. Heavy touch, one back by Davis. This is Francis. Francis up the sideline as Maudsley trying to turn back inside. But the whistle and the foul called as Samantha Maudsley there whistled for the foul. Free kick here as Hobbs will boot this one away. Heaps settles it for Eddie. Eddie takes the shot, forces Harris into the save, and cleared away by Davis. Caitlin Harris coming up big for the home side here on senior night, denying Eddie. And a corner kick coming up for the Titans. Set piece opportunity here for Syracuse. That ball whipped in to the mix, takes a deflection over and out, and it'll be a goal kick. Not a bad look there from Syracuse. Just gonna put the ball on frame now as Harris will boot this one away. Hobbs trying to win it back. Ball played it in over the top. Here comes a chance for Fries. Nicely cut out by Martin. Martin goes to ground, and Martin whistled. Fries gets called for the foul. And quickly Syracuse back in possession here with the free kick. That ball booted up and away. Takes a couple of bounces there near the middle of the park. Here's Kauser winning possession for Davis. Tries to play to Barnes. Nicely cut out by the Titans. Ball booted in over the top. Hughes with the header. Francis will throw it in. Substitution here for the Davis starts. Francis heading out to the bench for a breather. Checking in is Kennedy Taylor. Kennedy Taylor throws it in. Here's Heap. Taylor now plays it centrally. It's Fong Savith. Fong Savith plays it back out wide. Now is Barnes. Barnes gets it to Taylor. Nice pressure from Thompson. Syracuse now trying to win possession back. Instead, here's Davis with Maudsley. Maudsley plays it to Fong Savith. Back out to Barnes. Barnes plays it to Fong Savith. Out wide to Taylor. Taylor whips it into the box. Giving chase here is Martin. And Martin's able to put it away for the Titans. Throw-in coming up here for the Syracuse Titans off the deflection. Possession for the visitors. 16-10 left to go in the first half. A couple of good chances for Davis in the early goings of the first half. Couldn't capitalize on those opportunities. A big save on the other end by Caitlin Harris to deny Eddie. And that's why we're at 0-0. That shot not put on frame by Willard. And it goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Kate Willard, again, leading goal scorer for the Davis Stars. 12 goals, 2 assists on this season for number 3. Goal kick played short to Christensen. Christensen will boot this one over the top. Takes a bounce over Hughes. Hughes brings it down to Eddie. Eddie tries to play back over the top. Now Fries brings it in. Vivian Fries crosses the center circle. Fries, heavy touch, lands at Taylor. Taylor gets it back to Fries. Fries plays it centrally to Kauser. Kauser now gets it to Willard. Willard to Fries. Fries back to Willard. And cleared away by Syracuse. Heap plays it in centrally. Eddie to Thompson. Thompson with a nice turn. Cut out by Kauser. Eddie trying to win it back. Here's Kauser. Ball out wide. Maudsley now up the sideline. Samantha Maudsley. The cross in. Takes the deflection. And cleared away by Heap. Burbage tracking it down for Davis. Burbage taking a shot from distance. And for a moment there, it looked like Burbage had it. But it goes wide of the post. Covered there by Aaron Bott. And not a bad effort there from distance from Courtney Burbage. As this one remains 0-0. Bott will boot this one away. Davis back onto the attack, quickly covered by Christensen. Christensen who boots this one away. And a throw-in coming up here for the home side on the near sideline. Kennedy Taylor to throw it in. Takes a deflection off of Hislop. It looked like it took a deflection off of Hislop, and instead we'll get a goal kick. Aaron Bott, again, the senior goalkeeper for the Titans, with the chance here to boot this one away. Christensen clears it out for Syracuse. One back by Vivian Fries. Syracuse now back in possession here with Risley. Risley boots this one up, gets it to Martin. Martin up the sideline. Martin has some pace. Martin plays it in, looking for Thompson, cleared away. Giving chase here is Risley. Gets it back to Martin. Martin cuts it back. Nicely done by Martin, who plays it back to Risley. Risley plays it to Hobbs. Ball played out wide to Kennedy Taylor. Taylor has numbers. Taylor plays it to Maudsley, but Samantha Maudsley caught in an offside position. And ball will come back for the Syracuse Titans. Nice high line there from the visiting Titans. Catches Maudsley in the offside trap, and a free kick now for Syracuse as they try to boot this one away. Christensen will get this one out. Here comes Syracuse. Ball played in, nicely deflected. Still a chance here for Syracuse as Martin will play it out wide, looking for Thompson. As it goes out of bounds and out for the throw-in. Thrown for Syracuse over on the far sideline. Martin will throw it in. Martin looking for options. Into the box for Hughes. Hughes brings it down. Hughes plays it back out wide. Vivian Fries is there to boot this one away. Another throw-in coming up for the Titans in the attacking third. Been a good job so far defensively from the Davis Stars. Not many opportunities for Syracuse in the attacking third. Done a good job defensively here through the first 30 or so minutes of this half. Chance now for Syracuse. Another deflection. And another corner kick coming up. Doing a great job as well as cutting out those crosses into the box. Not allowing Syracuse to play one into the near post where Hughes is waiting. Corner kick and a set piece opportunity for Syracuse. Trying to break the deadlock. Ball whipped in, goes into the mix. Harris punches it out. And Davis will clear it away. Hislop tracking it down. Hislop trying to play it back into the attacking third. Davis winning possession. Ball played in over the top. Christensen will give chase. Christensen gets it back to Bott. Bott boots this one out. Heavy touch by Willard. Gets it to Fong Savith. Fong Savith has numbers. Gets it out to the sideline for Barnes. Barnes plays it into Willard. Willard touch. Willard shot. And it goes wide of the post. Oh, what a turn there from Kate Willard, but couldn't put the shot on frame. Trying to pick out that far bottom corner. And it goes wide, but a big opportunity missed there by the Davis Stars to take a lead. Kate Willard, so close. Substitutions for the Davis Stars. As Barnes heading to the bench for a breather, Willard will also take a couple minutes as well. Heap trying to play it in behind. Harris off her line will clear it away. Syracuse winning it back as Fries loses possession. The shot from distance safely into the hands of Caitlin Harris. And now Harris will put this one out. Cowser out wide to Kennedy Taylor. Taylor booted away by Christensen. Heap trying to win it back, takes an awkward bounce. Hislop will boot this one away. Goes out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up here for the home side. Davis, oh so close to taking the lead just moments ago. The biggest chance so far here from either side in the first half. Kate Willard just puts it past the post. And now Davis trying to keep some sustained pressure in the attacking third as they try to take a lead here at home on senior night. Hislop there with a deflection. Another throw-in coming up for Davis. Maudsley plays it to Taylor. Taylor tries to play it up. Cleared away by Syracuse. Hislop. Thompson brings it down. Nicely done by Thompson. Trying to get it back out now to Talia Thompson, but instead, ball will go back to Harris. Nicely covered by Ellie Stowers for the Davis Stars. This is Hughes. Hughes goes out wide. Back to Hughes. Hughes taking a shot from distance. And Harris will just see that one go past her post, out of bounds and out. It takes a deflection. And we'll have a corner kick coming up here for Syracuse. Speaking of Syracuse, substitutions coming up here for the Titans prior to the set piece opportunity. Corner kick for the visitors. Ball whipped in near post. Hughes is there. Hughes tries to flick it through. It's too much under the ball. It goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Nicely designed set place there. Or set pieces by the Syracuse Titans trying to get the ball to Hughes at the near post. That time Hughes just gets too much under the ball. It goes over and out. Hislop here now as the Titans trying to get back into the attacking third. McLean trying to play it centrally. Takes a deflection, out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up for Syracuse. McLean gets the ball in. Thompson, heavy touch. Cleared away. Lands at Christensen. Christensen boots this one up. McLean. Burbage is there to boot this one away for the Davis Darts. And Hislop gets a touch on it, goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up here for the home side. Maudsley boots it up over the top, trying to get it back to the sideline for Vivian Fries. Instead goes out of bounds. A throw-in coming up for the visitors. Neither side right now able to maintain long spells of possession. See if Syracuse here can start building some attack. Thompson out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up again for Syracuse. McLean out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up here for the home side. Kennedy Taylor to throw it in. Kennedy Taylor plays it to Vivian Fries. Header to Fong Savith. Cleared away. Nicely done by Syracuse defensively. Another throw-in coming up for the home side as Kennedy Taylor will throw it in. Vivian Fries, heavy touch. They'll say it came off of a Syracuse Titan. Throw-in coming up here for the home side once more. Prior to, though, substitution is Kate Willard back into the game for Davis. Taylor to throw it in. Taylor, ball whipped into the box. Johnson giving chase. Avery Johnson brings it in. Cuts it back. In centrally, it's Fong Savith. Takes a shot from distance and a bounce right in front of Aaron Bott, and Bott able to collect it safely. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Is there a goal here in the first? Davis pushing. Syracuse now trying to hit on an attack of their own. Stowers is there as Stowers clears it away. Syracuse trying to win possession back. Davis here with Kauser. Kauser plays it out wide to Kennedy Taylor. Taylor with time and space plays it to Shaw. Shaw to Kauser. Kauser back out wide to Taylor. Taylor, ball played up and nicely done by Hislop as it goes out of bounds. Substitution coming up here for Davis as Samantha Maudsley back into the game. Off is Vivian Fries. This is Taylor. Taylor plays it to Shaw. Now here's Fong Savith. Out wide to Taylor. Kennedy Taylor plays it to Willard. Willard trying to turn, nicely defended by Hislop. And now Syracuse trying to hit on a quick counter. Here come the Titans with Eddie. Eddie plays it to Thompson. Thompson in behind the defense. Thompson, left-footed shot, can't put it on frame. And it goes over the bar and out, but a big counterattack opportunity from Syracuse. Nicely done by Thompson to use her speed in behind the defense. Gets past Griffin. Awkward left-footed shot, can't put it on frame. And now Syracuse trying to win possession back. Possession here with the Titans. Thompson tries to get it out wide to Hughes. Hughes does. Hughes settles it to Bassett. Bassett goes out wide to Eddie. Eddie cross into the box, trying to get it back towards Thompson. Now here's Bassett who wins possession back. Out wide. Eddie loses possession. Here's Maudsley for Davis. Nice turn by Maudsley. Now here come the Darts. Trying to hit on a counterattack of their own. Ball played in behind to Johnson. But the flag is raised here on the near sideline as Avery Johnson called for the offside. Offsides against the Davis Darts. Ball will go back to the Syracuse Titans with 1:30 left to go. All tied up at 0-0. With time ticking down here in the first half. Burbage gets a header on it. Ball with the Titans as Martin gets it out wide to Eddie. Eddie cross into the box. Stowers is there. And Stowers clears defensively. Here's Kauser for Davis. Plays it out wide to Burbage. Booted up and away by Christensen. It's safely in the hands of Harris. Harris boots this one out. Willard, nicely done on the header, flicks it through to Kennedy Taylor. Taylor plays it back, and centrally, here's Johnson trying to bring it down. Avery Johnson cuts it back. Johnson onto her left. Johnson with the shot, and safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. Good look and good opportunity from Avery Johnson with the shot from distance. Nicely read by Aaron Bott with the save. Here comes Syracuse on the other end. Thompson deflected. Eddie back out to Thompson. Thompson. Stowers is there. And Stowers clears it away. Here with 2 seconds with one. The horn, and that'll do it for the first half. Good action and good opportunities for both sides, but neither able to find the goal to put them ahead. We head to the halftime break here on Davis's senior night, all tied up at 0-0 between the Syracuse Titans and the Davis Darts. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Second half action when we return. And I want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tab Bank. Second half action ready to get underway between the Davis Darts and the Syracuse Titans here on Davis's senior night. Syracuse again looking for the win, looking to keep control of their destiny in Region 1 for that region title that they just so barely missed out on last season. Now in prime position to finish at the top, but Davis trying to spoil that, as well as Davis trying to get the win here on senior night as second half action underway between the Darts and the Titans. It's Davis in their black. They'll be going to the right of your, to the left of your screen here in the second half. Syracuse in the white, they're going to the right. That ball will filter through and it goes safely into the hands of Davis's goalkeeper. Ball booted away. Johnson brings it down. Martin giving chase, and Martin will play it back to Bott. Bott boots this away. Here comes Syracuse on the attack with Hughes. Hughes plays it out wide. Cleared away by Davis. Martin turns. Martin plays it to Eddie. Eddie with the heavy touch. Not able to bring it down. Cleared away by Francis. Now Martin trying to track it down. Here's Johnson winning it for Davis. Willard can't bring it in. Does a good job to keep it inbounds. As Willard turns, gets it into Johnson. Johnson now with a chance. Johnson in. Ball into Fong Savith. The shot as Risley takes a deflection off of the Syracuse defender and safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. Ball booted away. Davis home crowd here wanted the free kick on the chance there from Risley. Instead, now we get a free kick for Davis over here near the center circle. Ball booted away by Davis. Johnson brings it down. Plays it out wide. Back in centrally to Johnson. Johnson gets it to Kauser. Kauser plays it to Johnson. Johnson. Avery Johnson still on the ball looking for options, trying to find a way to play it to Burbage. Nice step by Thompson, who boots this one away. Hughes tracks it down for Syracuse. Hughes plays it out wide. It's Heap. Heap over the top looking for Martin. Martin now with a chance. Martin cuts it back. Martin out wide. Gets it up to Thompson. Thompson giving chase. Can't get on the end of it. It'll go out of bounds and out. Nicely covered defensively by Martineau. Goal kick coming up here for Davis as Caitlin Harris will boot this one away. Harris. Davis trying to win possession here near the middle of the park. Does. Willard giving chase. Nicely cut out by Hobbs. Carly Hobbs comes across, makes the defensive tackle as that ball goes out of bounds. Lone Peak here in possession with Kate Willard. Willard deflected. Out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for the Titans here on the near sideline. This is Burbage who will play it in. That ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for Syracuse as Davis trying to cross that ball in, passes the end line. Goal kick for Syracuse as they try to clear their lines. All tied up here at 0-0 to start the second half between Syracuse and Davis. So far, the Darts with the better of the opportunities here at home. Here's another shot from distance as that one from Shaw will go safely into the hands of Bott. Syracuse again with the more opportunities here at home. The most clear one coming from Kate Willard, who just put a shot past the far post in the first half. Defense is coming to play in this one so far. Francis now with an opportunity. Francis into the box, cleared away by Hislop. And another example of defenses coming to play. Hislop coming across, clears it away. And a throw-in coming up for Davis over on that far sideline. Chance to keep the ball in their attacking third. .34-45 left to go in the second half. Ball played in. Trying to cross it into the box, cleared away as Heaps plays it up to Hughes. Hughes plays it back to Martin. Martin looking to get it back towards the sideline to Thompson. Nicely cut out by Burbage. Kauser gets a touch to Willard. Willard trying to play to Barnes. Cut out and one back by Syracuse. This is Heap. Heap plays it to Bassett. Bassett out wide. Hislop gets it back to Heap. Heap, nice touch by Heap. Heap gets it to Thompson. Thompson with a heavy touch. Can't bring in possession. Cleared away now by Davis. Brought down by Risley. Heavy there from Risley. Now one back by Davis. Risley giving chase. Shaw up the sideline. Shaw now into the box. Shaw plays it into Willard. Willard trying to turn. Willard supports herself with Johnson. Johnson plays it back to Willard. Willard back out to Johnson. Johnson now into the box. Cuts back, crosses it in. Nicely cut out by Syracuse's defense. Still a chance here for Davis. Awkward clearance. Ball in for Fong Savith, who turns. Can't get the shot off. Defended well once more by Syracuse. And shot from distance. Burbage off the post. Ball still in play. What a shot from distance from Courtney Burbage. Comes crashing off the top crossbar. Keeps this one all tied up at 0-0. Thanks to that post. Cleared away by Martineau. Giving chase here is Johnson, who brings it in for Davis. Davis again on the attack. Shaw will see that one go out of bounds. Christensen here to throw it in for Syracuse. Risley will throw it in. Oh, what a chance on the shot from distance again from Courtney Burbage. Comes crashing off the crossbar, the biggest chance for Davis here in the second half. Syracuse now trying to respond with an attack of their own. Bassett looking for options. Goes out wide to Martin. Here's Bassett. Thompson goes to ground. The shot from distance and safely into the hands of Caitlin Harris. The senior goalkeeper here for the Davis Darts handles it and clears it away. Now here's Shaw. Thompson winning it back for Syracuse. Thompson taking it from distance. Can't put it on frame. And it'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Substitution coming up for the Titans. Over on the far sideline, Risley will check out. McLean back into the game for Syracuse as Martin will take Risley's spot on the right sideline or on the right wing. As McLean back into the center of the park for the Syracuse Titans. Here's Martin giving chase after replacing Risley. Ball goes back to Bott. Bott will boot it away. Bounce in front of Shaw. Christensen gets a header on it. Willard brings it down, plays it out to Avery Johnson. Johnson defended by Martin. Martin does a good job to cut that one out. One back by the Titans. Ball played into Kauser. Davis back in possession. Here's Willard. As Willard tries to flick it through with the header. Safely back into the hands of Aaron Bott. Bott will boot this one out. Takes a bounce over Eddie. Hughes tracking it down. Here's Hughes for Syracuse. McLean. McLean plays it back centrally to Bassett. Bassett with time and space. Plays it back to Heap. Cut out by Davis, only momentarily as Eddie winning it back. Plays it to Martin. Martin centrally trying to play a ball in to Hughes. Instead cleared away by Davis. Burbage lets it bounce. And Burbage will clear it away. Throw-in coming up for the Syracuse Titans here on the near sideline with 29-18 left to go in the second half. Still tied up at 0-0. Martin will throw it in. Martin gets it to Christensen. Christensen back out wide to the near sideline for Martin. Martin. Ball whipped into the box. Takes a header off of Griffin and into the hands of Harris. Harris boots it away. Martin now in possession for Syracuse. Takes a heavy touch. Ball will go out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up here for the home side. Prior to those substitutions as Vivian Fries checking back into the game for Davis. Also back in, Samantha Maudsley for the Davis Darts. Maudsley trying to get ahead on it. Christensen giving chase. Christensen goes to ground. The whistle and the foul called. And a free kick as Maudsley called for the foul immediately after checking in. Free kick coming up for the Titans. Chance here to boot this one away and clear their lines. Ball booted away by Syracuse. Quickly won back by Davis. Here's Fong Savith with a nice turn. Fong Savith plays it in to Maudsley. Maudsley out wide to Fries. And Martin comes across. Nice defensive challenge by Martin. A throw-in coming up Say came off of Vivian Fries, and a throw-in coming up here for the Syracuse Titans. "27 minutes left to go here in the second half. All tied up still at 0-0. Syracuse trying to improve to 13 wins on the season and keep control in Region 1. Davis trying to get themselves back into the Region 1 race and win on senior night. Chance cut out by the darts. Here's Martineau, who clears it away. Martineau giving chase. And Martineau will clear it away. One back by Syracuse. Francis was there to try to cut it out. Ball back in to Hughes. Hughes plays it to Bassett. Bassett out wide to Eddie. Eddie back in towards Bassett. Bassett now into the box. Goes down. Cleared away by Davis. Good defensive challenge there made by the Darts to clear their lines. Maudsley now trying to turn. Plays it in centrally to Fonksavith. Fonksavith goes out wide to Francis. Francis up the sideline to Barnes. Nice turn from Barnes. And a chance here to try to whip it into the box. Barnes plays it in centrally to Francis. Heavy pass, heavy touch, cleared away by Bassett. Throw-in coming up for the home side over on the far sideline. Francis to throw it in. Ball played in, cleared away by Hobbs. Another throw-in coming up for the Davis Darts over on the far sideline. Francis to throw it in. Fonksavith lets it bounce. One back by the Titans. This is Hughes. Hughes plays it to McLean. Or excuse me, that's Bassett on the ball. Bassett plays it up the sideline. Giving chase, here's Thompson. Nicely defended by Griffin. As that ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up here for the visiting Titans. Ball lost behind the tree. Hislop will throw it in. Ball into the box. Nicely covered defensively by Griffin. Griffin goes to ground, does a phenomenal job of shielding that one out. It goes out of bounds and out. The goal kick coming up here for Davis. Good physicality on the defensive effort by the Darts as they'll be able to boot this one away now off the goal kick. Kauser trying to bring it in, does. McKenna Kauser plays it to Fries. Fries losing out possession. One back by the Syracuse Titans. Here's Bassett. Bassett, nice turn by Thompson. Or excuse me, that was Eddie. Now one back by Davis. Here comes the Darts on the quick counter. Here's Fries. Fries cuts inside, plays it centrally. Now here's Willard. Willard trying to turn. Willard with the shot from distance. Can't put it on frame. That one will go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Bott will boot this one away. Header flick through by Hughes. Eddie goes to ground. And Eddie called for the foul. Free kick coming up here for the Davis Darts as Eddie called for the foul. And a free kick for Davis. Courtney Burbage will take. Burbage, right-footed ball played into the box. Headed and cleared away. Throw-in coming up now for the Davis Darts over on the far sideline. Francis will throw it in. Willard, cross into the box, near post, Bott bats it away. And Aaron Bott at the near post. Doing a phenomenal job not allowing that one into the box. Cleared away by Syracuse. Davis with the throw-in. Samantha Maudsley playing it in. Martin brings it down. Ball cleared away by the Titans. Burbage now will throw it away. Willard trying to turn. Willard with a great turn. Willard with the chance. Willard now into the box. Martin with a defensive step. Lands at Maudsley. Martin there again as it takes a deflection. What a chance for Davis. Phenomenal turn made by Willard. Couldn't get the shot off as Martin with a defensive challenge. And now a corner kick here for Davis. Set piece opportunity coming up and a chance for Davis to try to take a lead. Ball whipped in, goes far post. Takes a bounce inside the box and now cleared away by the Titans. Giving chase here is Burbage. Ball into Willard. Willard, ball into Fong Savith, now into the box. Fong Savith goes down. Defensive clearance by the Titans. My, oh my, the defense for Syracuse coming up huge. The shot from distance from Fries goes far to the post. The home fans want a whistle. The home fans want a foul. But Hobbs coming up big. Christensen coming up big defensively for Syracuse as this one stays 0-0. Christensen will boot this one away. Giving chase here is Martineau, who goes back to Harris. Harris boots this away. Giving chase here is Eddie. Does a good job to keep this one in. Eddie losing out possession. Martin wins it back. Hughes, back to Martin, to Hughes. Hughes trying to play it centrally, defended well by Davis. Here's Maudsley. Up the sideline, Willard giving chase. That one goes out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up for the home side, halfway through the second half, still tied up at 0-0, 19:25 left to go. Burbage to throw it in. Maudsley. Poked away by Martin. Another throw-in coming up here. Kauser. The whistle and the foul called. Free kick coming up here for the Syracuse Titans. Hobbs will boot this one away. Ball played in over the top. Hughes brings it down. And another whistle. And another foul call. This one goes against Courtney Burbage. And a free kick coming up here for the Syracuse Titans. Hobbs to take the free kick. Everybody lining up at the top of the 18 for the Titans. Hobbs. Ball whipped into the box. Goes far post. Takes a deflection in front of goal. The shots from Thompson. Can't put it on frame. Thompson doing a good job there to get the rebound. Hits it while the ball's in the air, but just gets too much under it and goes over the bar. And out for the goal kick. Caitlin Harris now here can boot this one away. Harris Gets it away. One back by the Syracuse Titans. Taking a shot from distance and safely again into the hands of the senior goalkeeper, Caitlin Harris. Harris boots this one away. Christensen gets a foot on it. Ball played back in centrally. Giving chase here is Thompson. Thompson against Griffin. Griffin doing a good job there defensively to poke that one away. A throw-in coming up for the Titans over on the far sideline. Syracuse here with a chance in the attacking third. Ball played in, brought down by Thompson. Thompson goes back out wide. Offside flag raised here on the near sideline, and so it will not count. Nicely done by Davis, stepping up, catching the Syracuse attacker in an offside position, and so we'll bring up a free kick for the Davis Darts. 16:25 left to go in the second. Ball booted away by Francis. Kauser brings it in. Kauser. Martineau boots it out. Nice turn. Finds Vivian Fries. Fries now into the box. Fries takes the shot. Doesn't hit it cleanly. And it goes into the hands of Aaron Bott. Mass substitutions getting ready to come in here for the Davis Darts. 4 lined up on the sideline, ready to go. This is Eddie. Eddie looking for options, plays it to Thompson. Thompson now crosses it into the box, near post. Martineau, the whistle and a penalty. Penalty called here against the Davis Darts as Martineau is called for the handball. And now a penalty here for the Syracuse Titans to try to take the lead. Who else? Step up, Taylor Hughes, the leading goal scorer for the Syracuse Titans, and a chance to put the visitors ahead. 15:21 left to go. Hughes against Harris. Taylor Hughes from 12 yards out. Steps up, the shot, puts it into the back of the net. And the Syracuse Titans take the lead. Taylor Hughes converts it from the spot. Goal number 19 on the season for number 21, Taylor Hughes. Syracuse now up a goal to nothing with 15:21 left to go in the second half. The Darts will look for a response. The substitutions here made by Davis, and we resume action. Throw in here for Syracuse on the near sideline. Ball booted up. Hughes, the goal scorer, tracking it down. Gets it to Christensen. Christensen plays it across to Hobbs. Hobbs clears this one away. McLean back in centrally to Bassett. Bassett now with time and space. Bassett plays it centrally. Back to McLean. McLean out wide. Here's Eddie giving chase. Eddie trying to cross it into the box and poked away by Burbage. And that one will go out of bounds, and now a corner kick coming up here for the Syracuse Titans. Corner kick and a set-piece opportunity coming up here for the Syracuse Titans, trying to find an opportunity to extend this lead up a goal to nothing. And now Eddie will whip it into the box. Cleared away. Giving chase here is Maudsley, who brings it in. Maudsley tries to play it back centrally. Nobody there but Christensen, who can clear this one away for the Syracuse Titans. Ball brought in by Kauser. Kauser plays it back to Stower. Stower out wide to Taylor. Kennedy Taylor plays it back centrally. Cleared away. Out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for Davis. Hobbs will boot this one away. Ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw in now coming up for Syracuse over on the far sideline. Giving chase up the sideline is Hislop. The whistle and a foul, they'll say it goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up here for Syracuse. No, it is a free kick. Free kick coming up here for the Titans. Syracuse here looking for a chance to extend their lead. With 12:25, free kick coming up for the Syracuse Titans. Ball whipped in to the near post. It goes over and out for the goal kick. Harris here trying to boot this one away. Ball out now to Burbage. Burbage goes down. Hughes called for the foul. And a free kick coming up for the Davis Darts. Courtney Burbage to boot this one up for the Davis Darts, trailing a goal to nothing with 11:20 left to go. Burbage boots this one up and away. Giving chase here is Johnson. Johnson does a good job to keep it in. Avery Johnson trying to turn. Johnson. One back by the Syracuse Titans. This is Thompson, who plays it to back. Now it's Hughes. Willard. Davis in possession. Willard. Still Willard. Trying to get the shot off. Takes a deflection. Out of bounds and out. A corner kick coming up. And a big chance here for Davis to try to find the equalizer. Fong Savith goes over to the far sideline to take. Set piece opportunity coming up for the Darts. The ball whipped in near post. Shaw is there. Shaw gets a touch. Can't redirect it on frame. It goes out of bounds and out, and the goal kick coming up here. Aaron Bott will boot this one away for Syracuse. Chance here to watch some of that clock wind down for Bott. Bott boots it away. Kauser trying to win it back for Davis in the middle of the park. Both Kauser and Hughes going to ground. Still battling out as Kauser and Hughes. Syracuse retain possession. Here's Eddie. That's Thompson. Thompson now trying to whip it into the box. Takes a deflection off of Burbage. And a corner kick coming up here for the Syracuse Titans. Set piece opportunity here for Syracuse trying to extend this lead. Eddie will take the corner kick. Ball whipped into the box. Cleared away by Davis. Martin tracks it down. Martin taking it from distance and safely into the hands of Caitlin Harris. Harris will boot this one away. Ball cleared away by Griffin. Out of bounds and out, a corner kick, or excuse me, throw-in coming up over there on that far sideline for the Syracuse Titans. Giving chase here is McLean. McLean can't keep it in bounds. Throw-in coming up for Davis. Hughes, the goal scorer, tracking it down. Bassett gets it to McLean. McLean trying to play it back to Hughes. Instead, one back by Davis. Willard turns. Willard, nice dispossessed by Hobbs. Carly Hobbs doing a phenomenal job defensively there, winning it back. Syracuse in possession. Hughes with the turn. Hughes gets it back to Christensen. Christensen, heavy touch, keeps possession. Christensen plays it forward. Christensen now taking a shot from distance. And safely covered by Caitlin Harris. Harris will boot this one up and away for the Davis Darts. 7:30 left to go. Still plenty of time for Davis as they try to find this equalizer. Or can the Syracuse Titans hold on? 1-0 lead at the moment thanks to a penalty scored by Hughes. Bont will pick it up. Chance here to clear the Syracuse lines. Heap lets it bounce as Thompson now trying to win it back. Hughes, heavy touch, one back by the Davis Darts. Avery Johnson. Christensen comes up with a big defensive tackle. Denies Johnson from turning. Now here's Hughes. Hughes goes to ground. The whistle and a foul called. Free kick coming up for the Syracuse Titans as that ball booted away by Hobbs. Hislop. Ball played it back in over the top. Griffin lets it bounce. Thompson now. Thompson into the box. Nicely defended by Burbage. As that ball goes out of bounds and out. Corner coming up here for Eddie and the Syracuse Titans. Shot from McLean and cleared away here by the Darts. Christensen's there. The shot from distance from Thompson takes a deflection into the hands of Caitlin Harris. Late whistle. And the ball is going to the Davis Darts. Free kick coming up here for the home side. And with 5 minutes left to go, trying to find that equalizer. To the near side, it's Fries. Heavy touch from Fries, one back by Syracuse. Cleared away by Syracuse. Thompson brings it down. Thompson trying to get around Burbage. Burbage doing a phenomenal job defensively and clears it away. Hughes wins it back. Ball poked through to Eddie. Here's Hughes, the goal scorer. That ball cleared away by the Davis Starts with 4:15 left to go. Throw in coming up for the Titans over on the far sideline. Ball back in play. Safely into the hands of Caitlin Harris. Here's Fries. Vivian Fries for the home side. Or excuse me, that's Johnson. Johnson plays it to Maudsley. And the offside flag raised over on the far sideline. Ball coming back. Free kick for the Titans as they try to find their chance to clear their lines. Hughes plays it into Bassett. Bassett trying to play it back out wide, takes a deflection. Eddie was there. Cleared away by the Davis Starts. Now here's Willard. Willard trying to find some late game action, some late game magic. Willard takes the shot from distance, deflected. Lands at Fong Savith. Fong Savith trying to play it out wide to Avery Johnson, instead cleared away by the Titans. This is Burbage bringing it in for the Davis Starts. Here's Burbage. Burbage losing out possession, falls at Cowser. Cowser plays it to Willard. Willard with a nice turn. Willard with the volley. And safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. Great turn there from number 3, Willard. Aaron Bott there to collect. Ball headed away. Johnson brings it down. Johnson. Ball booted up and away by Hobbs. Thompson lets it bounce. Griffin gets it to Cowser. Back to Griffin. Griffin plays it across to Stower. Stower will clear it away for Davis. Hislop out of bounds and out. Substitutions coming up here for Davis as the Darts looking to make some changes here with 1:30 left to go. Time running down for the Davis Darts. Syracuse with the lead. Out of bounds once more. Another throw-in coming up over on the far sideline. This could be the last chance. Certainly one of the last chances for Davis. Ball cleared away. Throw-in. Long into the box and cleared away. Mosley trying to win it back. Willard. Ball just cleared away by Hislop with 40 seconds left. Willard gets the ball back. Willard. Willard. Still Willard. Now booted away with 15. That ball goes out of bounds and out. Syracuse happy to see that one go out as time ticks away here at Davis High School. The Syracuse Titans running onto the field as Region 1 belongs to the Titans. Spoils the senior night celebrations for the Davis Starts behind a Taylor Hughes penalty goal. And it's a 1-0 win for the Titans. Great nonstop action here between two sides. Davis again trying to get the win on senior night. Syracuse wanting the win to control their destiny and stay ahead in the Region 1 race. Pending the Farmington results, that race belongs totally to the Titans. For the Syracuse Titans, they'll improve to 13-2 on the season, continuing this impressive win streak. Now up to 8 games in a row. For the Davis Darts, they'll fall to 8-5 on the season and to 1-4 in region play. 1 week left of girls soccer before we head to the playoffs. We'll have more senior night action, more girls soccer action here on the Rewind Sports Network in the week to come. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napolis. Huge shout out to Vince Francis on the camera, and from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Everyone have a good night, and we'll talk to you next time here on KSLSports.com.